Hello, this is Rani Ahmed with you. This is lesson 37 in TCL over TK, and in this lesson we're going to talk about how to implement and use namespaces. This is Rani Ahmed with you, and in this lesson we're going to talk mainly about using the command namespace, which is this one. Now, namespace has so many options. The main one is the eval. But for now, let's concentrate this minute about what is a namespace. A namespace is a way that you can put different or a collection of functions and procedures, commands, variables, all are in one set in their own environment. Okay, so it's their own area, it's their own thing. So if you have, for example, a procedure named myproc and you have another one named myproc, the myproc that belongs to the namespace, okay, is not the same as the one that does not belong to the namespace. Okay, so this way you are deleting the conflicts, okay, between naming or cancelling that, and at the same time you can have like your own library of functions, you know. So this is your own set of functions and or your own set of work, okay, put in a separate set. Okay, so it's like you're collecting everything in this set. It's like it has its own independence. Okay, it's like its own state. Okay, its own country. No other functions from different areas of the code. Okay, or different or other parts from the code to interfere with this function. Okay, so let's start writing it or explaining the syntax. First, to start with a the command namespace. Then to name that, you can say like that. You got to name the namespace. You have to use the command eval, which is evaluate, and this is the name of the namespace. Okay. Now this is from here till, let's go down until here is our like it's our namespace, all this. Okay, so where I'm highlighting again, so this is the whole namespace that I created for this lesson. Okay, I'm going to see how to access the functions inside or the procedures inside, you know, commands and the periods inside. I mean, sorry, not the period, sorry, it's the variables inside it. Okay, the special variables of it. So I have the command variable, which can name variables that are dedicated to the namespace only. Those are just like variables belonging to the namespace itself. So now I'm talking here about a car. Now I have to remind you, this is not, for those who know programming, this is not object orientation. Okay, this is just, as I told you, as simple as collecting variables and commands in one set. Okay, the set, according to our example, it's called here car. Okay, you can call your own, for example, something about a hand and put the variables like number of fingers, number of maybe functions like hit and beat and things like that. Okay, so this is just a way to collect the functions, okay, and the variables in one and only one area, only one square, its own ring, its own, you know, its own set at the end. So again, going back to the code, so I'm saying here there's a command named variable. Those are variables just belonging to the namespace. They don't exist outside of this namespace. Okay, and here I have a function for the car to calculate the speed based on the period and the distance, and I can also set the brand of the car over here. Okay, and there is also a parameter for this function. Okay, that's part of the namespace car, and it's intentional that I'm showing you how to use the parameter of a function that's belonging to a namespace. Okay, and also I have this function which I made just minutes ago. This is just for the dump variables. Okay, just to show you how can I also access the variables or all the variables, you know. So our program is just, as I told you, going to calculate the speed, show the car brand that I've set, and dump all those three variables, or show you them, or message you those three variables. Okay. Now we have to understand something. There's a way, the way to access the variables and the way to access the procedures inside the namespace is as follows. It's like very much like you're going through the path of the of your hard disk, like the path of the folders. You know, so for example, in Windows, you start with like C/. Okay, so this is the very root directory of your Windows file system. Or if you go like in Unix way, Linux, Unix, Mac, it's like / something. Okay, so here I have car. Okay, just wait to connect things together. Okay, so I have here car, and I have speed subset of car. Okay, and I have period also subset of car, and I have set distance is a subset of car, and brand is a subset of car, and you have set car brand is a subset of car. Okay, so it's a subset, not subset. Sorry. So it is those subsets. Okay, so when we said about paths and directories, it's like when you say this is C/, it is like, it is not this way. Okay, again, so it's like, it's not this way. It is like when you say like I have C, and then I have a folder named car, then I have a folder named underneath car. Okay, just under the folder car, incubated inside the car folder. I have a speed, for example, or I have inside the car maybe a period. Not maybe, they are inside. Okay, according to our example. And also you have brand. Okay, and you have distance, and you have also the set car brand. Okay, and we've got also the dump var. Okay, so all those, because they are belonging to the namespace. Okay, now if we are using the notation of folder path, this is how it will go. But here those are not folders, so those are just like instructions, okay, or variables. So to access them, the way you use is that I have this, which is similar, this one, this double column, or the square of dots. Okay, this is what is the root global space. Okay, or root and global space. This is the root namespace. Okay, this is the very namespace which holds everything inside the code. Okay, now inside this I have car, which is a namespace, and this car, okay, has its own, you know, variables and procedures. So I must have also another square, like here. Okay, so this way I can access dump var, or I can access period. Okay, but period, okay, is not a function, it's not a procedure. So because to access the data of this one, this is a variable, so I must precede it with a dollar, have some value, have some money inside it. So that's why this is how I'm going to access the variables. So let's see the example in action. Now this is the period, this is the distance. Distance over period, you will get the speed, okay, the time. But I'm not going to use the word time because it's fuzzy here. I don't know what's the effect, so I shifted to something much safer in names. Okay, time has a meaning inside the code. Okay, it can be a command. So and I have the brand. So to calculate the speed, I set, like, there's a variable named current speed which I created inside the proc speed. Okay, and the expression command will calculate the distance which is coming from car, which is the namespace we're dealing with now, where car belongs to the root namespace. Okay, and because distance is a variable, you must precede it with a dollar. Okay, so this is how I accessed this distance. So as if I'm coming from this line, okay, this line where the cursor is now, and then I moved into car, then I moved into distance. Same thing, I will be moving into period in the same fashion. So this is a period, and period belongs to car, and car belongs to the root namespace. Okay, and therefore I can say the distance is such and period is such, and therefore I can divide them so I can get the current speed, and current speed will be displayed on a message box. Okay, now so this is inside this, like going down to the steps where I set them. So this is how I set the car distance, okay, and this is the car period. Okay, well, I have to add 3.0 so it can give you 1.5. If you just put as 3, not as 3.0, it will give you the division as a Euclidean division, an integer division, not a real number division. So it will get 3 over 2 will get you 1, not 1.5. Okay, so that's why you have to use 3.0. Now, so this is how I'm setting the variables of the namespace. Next, this is how I'm accessing the speed function. And by writing this means I will be showing the current speed. Okay. Now, I have the set brand name of the car. So here I have set car brand, and it must take some brand. Okay. So I must use the some brand as a parameter and set it to car, to brand coming from car, coming from root namespace. Again, I am using the parameter here, which is set to the brand variable that belongs to the car namespace, by which the car namespace belongs to the root namespace. Okay, and therefore this is how I'm setting the or showing right away, okay, the brand namespace, brand variable of namespace car. Okay. So next is to show you how did I set the brand. So this is just only having only one parameter. So I sent to set car brand belonging to the namespace car, set car brand belonging to the namespace car, okay, the value named Toyota, the car name type Toyota, okay, and therefore you will get a message box showing you that Toyota has been set to the namespace variable. Yes. Okay. Now, same fashion as we did with the speed, okay, we are dumping the variables, but in this time I'm trying to make it more clearer to you that yes, you can use this way right away in the code, just to say $2 or $square car square brand. Let's say that. Okay, let's call those doubles as we started. Okay, similar to what we started as a square. So $1 square car square brand, okay, is printed. Okay, and I have also $square car square distance is printed too. Okay, what I mean by this is that you don't have to use like a set command for a separate variable which will take that and just like write it down. You can just directly write the $square car square whatever. Okay, whatever variable you want to show. And you can do this to as many as you want of variables, to as many as you want of like write a namespace, like writing a namespace, I mean, with as much as you want of car functions and car variables. Okay, as much as you want of namespace variables and namespace functions. Okay, all are within the same namespace. Okay, so now I'm going to yes, run it, and this is the code. So when I run it, okay, there's no window that is filled, okay, because I don't have anything that's filled. There's no gridding, no packing at all. We did not use the commands pack and grid. It's just like direct messaging. Okay, so now it's executing this line, okay, which will call the speed function as we told you. Next is calling the function set car brand sub of car. So car brand is saved and sent as car brand, and next time is and after this line, of course, it will dump the whole vars. So this one will be repeated because of that I have said in dump vars that I have tk message car brand again. Okay, so this is car brand again, and now I'm dumping the distance and the period. So this is the distance, okay, and this is the period. Cool. So if you did not understand, please revise the video once again. Okay, it might be a little bit confusing to you, but I hope you understood. Please subscribe, and yeah, why not revise? And your comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.